evening and thanks for joining us tonight for 23 ABC News at 6. I'm Jessica Harrington. Tonight's top stories. The COVID-19 pandemic has impacted everything, even local zoos and animal sanctuaries. We check in with the California Living Museum, also known as CALM, to see how they're doing during this health crisis. And how a local coffee shop is changing up how it serves a cup of joe during the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, all to bring some hope and pick-me-up right to people's doors. Allison?
And we will be dry and warming as we head into the Easter weekend. I have more details on your full forecast when 23 ABC News at 6 starts right now.
Live from downtown Bakersfield, 23 ABC News at 6 starts now.
Good evening. We are beginning tonight with the latest update from Kern County Public Health. As the number of positive cases have grown here, so have the number of people that have recovered from the virus, as well as the number of negative test results, which is actually higher than those testing positive. All very good news, according to health officials. We want to take you straight into the Live Center for a look at our COVID-19 tracker on our website, turn23.com, and break down those numbers. So far, more than 6,300 people have been tested here in Kern County. Of those, more than 3,400 have tested negative. That's more than half of the tests coming back negative. Now, in total, 371 residents have tested positive. 363 are residents here, 8 are non-residents. And there have been 3 deaths reported so far. However, as we mentioned, there is some good news as they are also reporting more than 100 people have been determined to no longer be infectious. Now, according to the Kern County Public Health Department, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has guidance for releasing positive COVID-19 patients off of home or hospital isolation. Spokesperson Michelle Corson says this is an indicator that patients are no longer infectious, and so far 113 local people have met that criteria. Public Health also said 38 of Kern's positive cases have needed to be hospitalized during their illness. Now, as always, you can see the latest updates on COVID-19 case numbers here in Kern County on our website, turn23.com. New developments tonight. Local Congressman and House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy and Senator Dianne Feinstein are calling for Taft Prison to stay open. According to a release, the 2 representatives sent a letter to the U.S. Bureau of Prisons to express opposition for the continuing removal of inmates from the Taft Correctional Institution during the coronavirus pandemic and to close the facility during repair work. That letter also seeks answers from the BOP as to why the facility cannot remain operational while repairs are made. McCarthy's letter read in part, quote, "These actions are unnecessarily putting inmates and staff at TCI, the broader community of Taft, and other inmates and staff in the federal prison system at risk of not only contracting COVID-19, but also further spreading this virus." The letter called for the immediate suspension of removing inmates during the coronavirus pandemic and for the prison to remain at 50% inmate capacity while repairs to the campus buildings are made. The California Living Museum, or CALM, has been closed since mid-March and will remain that way for the foreseeable future. 23 ABC's Austin Westfall caught up with the zoo's manager to see how they and the animals are doing.
There's been a bit of concern at zoos as of late. A tiger at the Bronx Zoo in New York tested positive for COVID-19 earlier this week. That means that CALM Zoo here in Bakersfield is being a little more cautious with their big cats.
The protocols have all changed. The protocol of wiping down, the protocol of galoshes, the protocol of everything to keep those cats safe.
Lana Fain, the manager at CALM, ensuring steps are being taken to keep their bobcats and mountain lions safe after a tiger at the Bronx Zoo in New York tested positive for COVID-19, apparently getting it from its asymptomatic keeper. Many other cats at the Bronx Zoo showing symptoms too. CALM has 4 bobcats and 3 mountain lions.
They have one main keeper, and she works 5 days a week. And the other keeper that is the cover that works the other 2 days a week that does that area. So those are the only 2 people that are allowed back there.
Keepers are pretty much the only people still working regularly at the zoo's campus, keeping the animals happy and healthy while business is closed.
So they've adapted this silent flight so that they can be able to catch the birds or catch their prey down on the ground.
There's no return date in sight, so the keepers have begun posting Facebook videos to keep people up to date on their critters.
We've even had requests for people's favorite animals to be featured in a video, which we will follow up on.
Some animals across the world are enjoying the break from zoo crowds. 2 pandas in Hong Kong mating for the first time in 10 years after their zoo shut down, but Fain saying her animals seem sad not to have more people around.
You know, it's that interaction that they do enjoy. and it is missed out here. It is so odd not to hear kids out here. It is so odd just for it to be us.
Now, Fain says if you bought a membership for the zoo, it's going to be extended for the amount of time that the closure lasts. They just don't know how long that's going to be at this point. They say that, like many businesses, COM is being impacted financially by the closure. You can donate at their website, comzoo.org. For now in Bakersfield, Austin Westfall, 23 ABC, connecting you.
Well, check this out. People around the world, country, and even right here at home are stepping up to do their part in the fight against the coronavirus. Right out of Lake Isabella, Captain Tom and Pinky Lee are spending their time indoors making masks for the mountain community. As you can see, the couple keeping themselves safe, lots of masks to show off, and also keeping their dogs protected as well. Oh, that is so cute. Many are on quarantine due to the stay-at-home order for COVID-19, and they may be missing going and getting their favorite cup of coffee to start the day. Now, a local coffee shop is bringing some joy and a pick-me-up to those stuck at home through a new service they are offering. Check out this story of hope from our chief photographer, Grant Simpson, who tagged along with Covenant Coffee's delivery truck today.
In these times, people can't leave their house, and it's a little bit harder to go and get things. So we figured we would go and serve our community. Coffee is pretty essential, so we've been going and taking it to people's house, whether they wanted to purchase K-cups or bag coffee or just a cup of coffee to enjoy at their home.
Thank you.
It was pretty incredible that we can get amazing businesses to come out and come door to door. We're excited. We look forward to it all week. The kids get to run up and order cinnamon rolls and hot chocolate, and the parents get much needed fresh coffee delivered to their door. And to be able to support businesses during this time too is really important, and that's another big reason why we're doing it.
We do blended drinks, iced drinks, hot drinks, and we have cold brew.
And what pastries?
Muffins, scones, Danishes.
We've had the catering truck for some time. We've been doing a lot of private events and farmers markets. And then once the pandemic started, we figured we would utilize the truck. Everything slowed down in our shop a lot, foot traffic wise. So we figured we would take it to 2 people instead of having them leave their home. And we launched Covenant Coffee in 2010 as a means to provide vocational training and job opportunity to kids emancipating from foster care. So this whole thing that we're doing right now is just giving kids jobs, helping them get on their feet, and then providing them with a skill set that they can carry on throughout the rest of their life.
Thank you. All right, thank you. Have a beautiful day.
People have been very excited. It's pretty funny watching adults jump up and down like little kids when they see the ice cream truck.
Even though you can still go through drive-thrus and pick up your coffee and pick up your food, but be able to interact like we just were, and to be able to wave at the neighbors down the street and say good morning is just a really much needed relief and kind of normalcy that we don't have and we haven't had for almost a month.
Well, the past several days have been gloomy and cloudy, so seeing some of that sunshine today was definitely welcomed. And thankfully, temperatures were much warmer than what we've been seeing for most of the week. So that storm system that brought all of that rain is now pushing to our south over San Diego and going to be making its way into Arizona overnight. So we do have the chance to see some light showers move through mainly the Kern County desert and mountains over the next several hours. And then we are going to be seeing those dry conditions. But looking at our camera into Tehachapi right now, we are seeing some of those low-hanging clouds, and really that's going to be the case as we head into the evening. But I want to talk about just how much rain Bakersfield has seen. So far this month, 2.51 inches. That was all from this storm that has been impacting the region over the past 5 days. That makes up for more than half of the rain that we've seen so far this January or since January, and that does take those rain totals above normal. So hopefully we can be getting out of the drought here in Kern County. We'll be hearing more on that next week. But thankfully we are going to be seeing dry and warming temperatures as we head into your Easter weekend. Yes, we are going to be feeling like spring with the return of the 70s. But I have more details on what that means for your Easter Sunday and when we have the chance to see more rain in our forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
If you're looking to buy a new home, you might have a hard time finding the perfect place. That's because new listings are down 27% compared to a year ago. That's according to new data released by Zillow. Spring is usually prime season for home sales. Zillow says the drop is especially noticeable in cities hit hard by coronavirus. As of April 5th, new listings were down nearly 57% in New York City, the epicenter of the U.S. outbreak. New home listings were higher in just 2 of the metropolitan areas that Zillow examined: Austin, Texas, and Atlanta. Kern County Public Works is asking residents to only make a trip to the county landfills if it is absolutely necessary. Public Works says the Kern County recycling and sanitary landfills and transfer stations have seen an increase in traffic since the stay-at-home order was put in place. They're asking residents to put home improvement projects that are not essential on hold or store the leftover materials until the order has been lifted. Many of you may have noticed a drop in prices at the pump, and according to AAA, that decrease can be seen around the state as well. The average price for regular gasoline in most of Southern California fell below $3 a gallon as demand for fuel continues to drop with people staying at home. Today's retail statewide average is $2.92 a gallon, 9 cents less than last week. Taking a look at prices closer to home, according to GasBuddy.com, the average price in Bakersfield is $2.72. You can find the cheapest gas for $2.16 at the on-the-go food store on River Boulevard. In fact, the top 10 cheapest prices are all $2.25 or under. We want to turn now to a traffic alert for next week. Drainage work will require traffic control on Real Road between Stockdale Highway and Elsia Drive starting Monday, April 13th through Friday, April 17th. Flagging personnel will need to stop traffic for up to 5 minutes between the hours of 8 a.m. and 3 p.m. each day. Drivers are encouraged to use alternate routes or allow extra time to reach their destinations if they must travel through the area while work is underway. Please be mindful of workers in the area and slow for the cone zone.